Hail to the king, baby.
Welcome to another episode of obscure, well, sort of obscure, toy lines from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And before we go any further, guys, doing this research, Kenner made a lot of damn toys back in the day. Bucky O'Hare, Hasbro, 1991. In 91, the toy company Hasbro released a line of action figures based closely on the Bucky O'Hare cartoon series. Most of the major characters were represented, along with two vehicles, the Toad Croaker, and the bad guy's vehicle, Toad Double Bubble. The first wave saw moderate success, but for reasons that still remain unclear, the line was terminated before the next two series of action figures could be finished. There are several photographs available online of unreleased figures, some completely painted with their accessories. Swamp Thing, 1990, Kenner. The Swamp Thing line had a total of 12 figures, 3 vehicles, and 2 playsets, making it the perfect size. It offered a whole lot of play value while staying small enough that kids could really collect them all without their parents going bankrupt. The toys are not really based off the comics or the movies, but rather the short-lived animated series. The toy line also had a really cool commercial filmed in black and white to make it look like live-action movies from the 1950s, the old monster movies. The enemies, the Unmen, also came with a translucent biomask to make them look even scarier. Botmasters, Toy Biz, 1994. Enter a future in which the world is ruled by an evil empire called the Corporation, led by the evil Dr. Hiss and his army of robots which he rules with an iron fist. Only the Botmaster and his boys stand in the way of the ruthless tyrant. What is definitely worth mentioning about this toy line is that it came with 3D glasses. Whenever ZZ would say it's laser time on the TV show, that would be your cue to put on your 3D glasses and enjoy some 3D action on your TV. Stone Protectors, Ace, 1993. A spin-off of the mega-popular Troll dolls, the Stone Protectors turned their cuddly trolls into muscle-bound crime fighters that knew karate and played in a band. Every kid could see how manufactured and bizarre the Stone Protectors were, but this didn't stop the cartoon from getting itself an SNES beat-em-up and its own toy line. The toy line featured some flashy gemstones that were found in all the Troll dolls, but they shoved them into the action figures of characters like Angus and Cornelius. The cartoon only lasted 1 season and the toy line only 2 series. Super Mario Bros. The movie, ETRL, 1993. A toy line based off the movie vaguely based off the NES video game. Our heroes, the Mario brothers, Mario and Luigi Mario, of course. Most of the main characters represented, and something interesting, the company that produced these toys was mainly known for their die-cast toys, so going into a plastic action figure with movable arms and legs was something new for the company. Visionaries, Hasbro, 1987. I can't believe how long it took to actually get to this toy line. I remember having these as a kid. The toy line was not very successful, which led to both the series and the comic being cancelled after short limited runs. The comic lasted only 6 issues and was cancelled halfway through a 4-part storyline. The animated series lasted 1 season, a total of 13 episodes, but was not picked up for a second. Did you know the holograms were really expensive to produce? This was also a contributing factor to why there wasn't a second wave in the toy line. Zap It by Tyco, 1991. So Zap-Its basically were squirt guns that resembled Uzis. Now, this was the early 90s, so you couldn't get away with a toy gun looking like this anymore. It'd have to be colorful, it'd have to have the orange tip. The main selling point of the Zap-It was that it was battery operated, it could squirt about 20 feet or so they claimed, and it shot disappearing ink, which would dissipate in about 2.5 minutes. It was a fun toy until the disappearing ink ran out. Then after that you just had a regular squirt gun, unless you could manage to find the refills. And that's going to do it for this episode, guys. Now, if there's something you haven't seen, we've done 12 episodes, but if there's a toy line that we still haven't covered, please leave a suggestion down in the comments, and I'm going to try my best to get to it relatively soon. As always, guys, I really appreciate everyone watching, liking, commenting, all the new subscribers. It's really helping the channel. Until next week, guys, have a good one.